Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. WWE ECW Episode 11 from August 22nd of 2006. Tonight, SummerSlam rematch, Big Show versus Sabu. Justin Roberts says our opening contest is an extreme bikini contest. Tori Wilson is out first. This is super pointless. Kelly is Tori's, I guess you call it opponent. So it is just these two showing off. Tori walks around the ring showing the crowd, and they're happy. Kelly begins to take off her robe, and then Mike Knox appears, which, is the most predictable thing on this show. Knox is not alone. Test is out there to help stop Kelly from disrobing. Enter Sandman and Tommy Dreamer. Sandman grabs the mic and challenges Knox and Test and Kelly to a 3-person mixed tag team match. The bell rings and Tori gives Kelly a stink face. This is such a weird way to open this episode. But at least there is a match happening, and it's not just the Extreme Bikini Contest like Justin Roberts had said it would be. Joey Styles says we have everything here in ECW. Everyone wins. The crowd is telling Test and Knox that they can't wrestle, which, is dumb because they do know how to wrestle, and they're just as competent as the Sandman. Let's be honest about that. I feel bad for Andrew Martin, the man behind the character Test. Ever since his return, things have been not good. And, given how I know his real-life story ends, I feel even worse for the human being. Dreamer gets the hot tag and to Sandman, but the heels keep double-teaming, and Sandman hits a top rope senton, which was unexpected. Knox misses a top rope leg drop and loses via DDT. Babyfaces win. It was still weird, but, better than the way that they promoted the show to open. So I guess in the end, it equals to sort of okay. We cut to the back, and Paul Lee is trying to talk the Big Show out of his main event title match, and Big Show is very convincing. When ECW returns from commercial, we meet Matt Striker, your teacher. It's funny, every time I hear about Matt Striker or see things about him, because of being from Ohio, people feel compelled to say Unibrow Matt Striker or Teacher Matt Striker, because there were two wrestlers with the same name. It was an alright promo from the teacher, but I always get disappointed when Justin Roberts says, "This is your Extreme Rules match of the night." Why only the one? Clearly they're always the most, well, maybe not always, but usually the most interesting match that the show has, which is why I don't plan on getting rid of the ability to do more than one when Alpha Entertainment Worldwide brings back Extreme Championship Wrestling. Also, Kevin Thorne is who you pick for your no rules match. That feels weird. Ariel, Kevin Thorne's manager, she's so memorable because of the character presentation. Kevin's opponent, Balls Mahoney, is, well, he's more befitting of the no rules, the traditional match of the ECW style, so that's good. And they start the match on the outside, and everything's going very quick. Balls uses Taz's bottle of water as a weapon, which is entertaining. But Kevin Thorne is smart and uses his walking stick from his entrance, so basically a cane, to get the upper hand. It's funny, every time Mahoney strikes, the crowd chants balls, which is, I mean, okay. It gets a little old, but it's alright. At least the crowd's into the match. Kevin wins with a unique diamond cutter rope assisted stunner type maneuver. So they are accentuating the younger talent, so that's cool. I like Shannon Moore as a wrestler, but this WWE ECW hype video trend that they have where his videos say nothing and accomplish nothing, they're just always so bad. And after his vignette, we see CM Punk coming out, and Joey Styles says he's 2-0 so far in ECW, but hasn't faced main event talent, which really makes me irritated knowing that both of Punk's wins are over Justin Credible, a former ECW champion. Obviously, I don't blame Joey Styles for saying this. I'm sure that he was told to say that Justin Credible is not a main event level talent by Vince McMahon because Vince loves feeding lines into the commentators' headsets. It reminds me of AJ Styles saying Vince didn't know who he was when he debuted at the Royal Rumble. It's the idea that if it didn't happen at Vince's house, it didn't happen at all. It's just that old man was always just blind to what was going on around him, and that's what's so frustrating about Vince. And so Punk's opponent in this third outing is C.W. Anderson, but because I'm sure Vince didn't want two people with initial first names and the initials both starting with C, C.W. Anderson in this contest goes by Christopher W. Anderson. And, you know, it's obvious from the start that Punk will win, and he does win. He wins clean with the Anaconda Vice because, you know, Punk's the one we're pushing. But it's just so disheartening to think that a guy who was a former world champion in Justin Credible can be treated so negatively. This episode has breezed right by. It's very well paced. Another unexpected or odd Sabu hype video plays, and I don't understand if you're the most watched show on Tuesdays, and Sabu is not somebody who's new that you need to promote. I don't understand why they keep playing hype video packages. Is it because they don't trust him to cut a promo, maybe? That might be it. Then after the Sabu hype package, we see Paul Heyman giving Hardcore Holly a motivational speech. And it might be my favorite segment. It's always nice to hear Paulie being passionate. And that's one thing that this show will definitely lack when he departs from the company. Rob Van Dam is on his way to the ring. Is he taking on Hardcore Holly? Is that why Paulie was promoting him? Nope, Danny Davis is already in the ring. Although I'd wager Holly attacks Rob post-match because, you know, setting up dominoes, waiting for him to fall. Nothing that isn't easy to see coming. But again, obvious doesn't always mean wrong. It just, because sometimes if you do things that aren't obvious, it just makes no sense. Rob wins with a 5-star frog splash, and just as predicted, Hardcore Holly assaults Rob Van Dam with a chair. I am a fan of this episode overall so far, but I worry about the main event. I have little confidence in Sabu and the Big Show. Before we get to that last match, though, we hear from Rene Dupree, who says that he is the most extreme athlete, and I don't believe him, not even a little bit. The Big Show is on his way out, and they play highlights of the SummerSlam show where Big Show helped the McMahons, and we see how that they basically said the McMahons are paying off the ECW champion to take out D-Generation X. Out comes Sabu, and they tell the classic crazy glue story where that Sabu, when he gets hurt, doesn't go to the hospital, but just puts super glue in his wounds and holds it together like a nutcase. The match, it can't go beyond 8 minutes because that's all that's left in the entire episode, so I assume that it can't really be that bad, right? So Sabu starts out selling because Big Show headbutts and chops, and then Show lifts up and drops Sabu ribs first onto the top rope, and then dumps him out of the ring. Sabu is fighting back, but heel Big Show stays dominant. This might be an actually good episode of ECW. That came out of nowhere. It's kind of unexpected. But so far, this WWE ECW feels pretty, good. The ref is down and Sabu is using a chair to his advantage. Sabu hits his triple jump moonsault. Sabu goes for the win, but the referee is out. Another ref comes out, or down to the ring, and Sabu busts Big Show open with the ring bell. I'm pretty sure Sabu is getting disqualified. Yep, he did, because Vince that is his go-to maneuver when it comes to this show, is disqualifying ECW originals for doing ECW-type behavior. It was overall a good episode. Not great, but 4 out of 5, I'll say. Hopefully the next one is good as well, because we seem to be on a pretty decent streak of episodes. Life's been insane, so this time I'm only doing the one, episode 11. Thanks for tuning in. Come back all next week for weekly content from the channel Mr. Super Oz. Enjoy.